Hey, good morning, everybody, and good afternoon if you're over in the East Coast. Guys, we're here again at the another show, Win and Women Network. We are here today on this Wednesday to really empower you in your life, in family, and in business. I have an amazing panel of women that are here today to inspire you, to encourage you. We have a special guest here that's going to talk to you today about how to go full time in your business. Many people, they want to know, how can I do this? I get phone calls from people are there and they're saying, Keisha, I'm really tired of my life-sucking job, and so I want to go full time online, but I just don't know what to do, right? And so we're here to empower you. So I said, you know what? I know someone who has gone full time who's done this, and I'm going to bring her on, and I want her to share her story with you today. So before we get started, though, I want just to, the panelists here, I have some, aren't they just amazingly beautiful? Oh my God. I want them to introduce themselves to you, just to tell a little bit about themselves, how they, got online and stuff like that. And we're going to, make sure we have plenty of time for our very special guest today. So I'm just going to start with my sister that's out here in the Northwest. We eating breakfast this morning while you guys eat lunch. So come on, Sheree King, tell them about yourself.
Let's see, I'm trying to unmute. Okay.
You're unmuted.
There we go. Can you hear me, Keisha? Okay.
Good
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheree King, and as Keisha said, I'm out here in the beautiful Northwest, Washington State. And I got started online, just because I knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of my children at home, and I was homeschooling at the time. And so I had to find something to do that was work at home related. Of course, I went through a lot of scams and stuff like that, but eventually found some legitimate programs and everything. And I've done network marketing, affiliate marketing. I've written and sold my own ebooks online. And now I'm still working at it. I'm still working online, still working from home, being a stay-at-home mom, and I love it. It's a wonderful life, wonderful style. So that's my story. Well, in brief.
That's a brief story.
Trying to keep it quick.
Okay, thank you, Sheree, for keeping it quick. But we do want to hear about those ebooks one day, okay? So how to write an ebook. Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, thank you, Sheree. All right, next up we got all the way over in North Carolina, Miss Jen Glidden, and she has little E. Okay, so little E is on today. So, Jen, tell us about yourself.
Hey, Keisha. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here and hear what Yvonne has to share with us today. A little bit about my story. I left the corporate world and started out doing my own businesses, and my husband and I were doing some real estate investing, and that's where I really got introduced to internet marketing. We slowed down those operations on the real estate side. I picked up operations on the internet marketing side and finally found something that is actually just working like crazy. So I'm really excited about that, and it's been a real treat, and every day I'm so blessed to be able to stay home with my little guy, and right now he's awake and running around, so I may be a little bit distracted, but it really is a blessing to our family for me to be able to stay home with him. So thanks for having me here.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jen. I appreciate you for being here today. You and little E, our silent partner over there. He's going to be our security guard, okay? We always need security, so little E be security with them little cheeks. Oh, my goodness, he's so cute. All right, so next up, I think we're going down to Florida, sunny Florida. We got Miss Melissa Troop is in the house today, okay? All right, Melissa, tell us about yourself.
Hey, everybody. Let's see. I started, my training is in marketing, so I did start in the corporate world with marketing. After that, I wanted to own my own business. I actually had my own eBay store, which was unsuccessful. After having my own eBay store, I worked for an eBay power seller, learned a lot from her, and then I started my own business online selling hair extensions. That went wonderfully, and then it flopped, and then I started all over, And now I'm at the point where I am on my way back to the top, really working hard with everything that I've learned. The good, the bad, it's all taught me quite a bit.
That is quite amazing. Good stuff. Listen, we'll definitely have to hear more from you. And yeah, Melissa's awesome. I really love her. So thanks for all that you do.
Means a lot. Thanks.
All right. All right, we're going to Atlanta, the ATL. We got the powerhouse herself, Miss Pam Lawhorn is in the building. Hey, Pam, unmute yourself, sweetie. Tell us about you.
I'm stuck. There we
I can hear you.
There we go.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
It's actually noon here. I was going to say it's too early, but I don't have an excuse.
You have no excuse there.
No sleep. We're not getting any sleep around here. It's just too much excitement, I tell you.
Yes, indeed. It's exciting.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Morning.
Hey guys. My name's Pam Longhorn, and I'm what you call a serial entrepreneur. I've been self-employed for 20 plus years. I am telling my age. Good grief. Um, I started out in the real estate and mortgage industry, actually. Started out as a real estate investor and ended up in the real estate and mortgage industry. And when the mortgage and real estate industry collapsed, I ended up doing marketing online. Actually, I was doing some marketing for real estate and mortgage industry, but didn't like that, truthfully. I wanted to get out of the real estate and mortgage industry, so it was kind of a good thing that it collapsed, but not in a good way because I lost everything. I wanted to do something that was going to be virtual because I didn't like being tied to an office, and got into the online marketing arena. And I've been there ever since, and got into the most recent business that I'm in. Thank God, it's been a godsend. Doing very well in it and love what I do, love helping people. And that's pretty much what I do in a nutshell. Try to keep it real compact, guys.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Miss Pam Lawhorn. You are simply amazing. And so,
Thank you.
cool, cool, cool. We're gonna move right along. We're going over to Ohio. Hey, we're just everywhere. Isn't it like all these beautiful women everywhere? All in the ATL and everywhere. So we're gonna move over to Ohio, and we're gonna go to Miss Rachel Kelly.
Thank you very much, Keisha. It's an honor to be here with everyone. Just a little bit about me. I started out probably with the work from probably about, my daughter is one of 15. It's about 15 years working online. I've tried a little bit of everything. I've tried real estate. I've tried eBay. I kind of did it all. And then after my son with special needs was born, I decided to come online and learn how to make money from online because I wanted to be here with him. And so, my journey has been, in and out of different programs, in and out of different things. Some worked, some didn't work. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that I stuck with it. I'm glad that that I'm here where I'm at today, and so glad to be a part of the Winning Women's Network.
Awesome. Rachel Kelly, thank you so much. We have been online connected for so many years. Rachel and I were even, just talking about some programs that we were in together. I mean, many years back, which is kind of interesting. But I'm so glad to have you here today, Rachel. I'm so glad that we're here. Now, some of you are actually typing in the chat and you're saying, "What are you women doing?" And so, if you've been invited here by someone today, I want to let you know that below this video, you'll see there are some buttons below, and one is get more information. And there's another button that says join us or whatever. So if at any time you have questions about what it is that we're doing, we are, many of us are in the same, we're in the same company. We're actually building full-time incomes from home without, recruiting, blogging, and we can just come here and, have fun and just share with you. But today we wanted to really share with you some information that can empower you. So it doesn't matter what business you're in. Okay, so listen, you could be, you could have your own company. You could be doing hair extensions. I mean, we have so much experience that's on this panel of people that can really, share with you what they're doing. But we have a very special guest that's here today that has done what many of you are looking to do, or aiming to do, or striving to do. Okay, I don't like to say try, because if you tell yourself you're going to try to do anything, then you give yourself a way out. You give yourself a way to fail. It's kind of like we tell our kids, hey, just try these peas. Well, it's really we want them to try one, and we're going to be praising them even if they just try one and they just don't eat anymore. So when you grow up and you become a business owner, we don't try to do anything, right? It's you do it or you don't do it. There is no try, okay? And so we have a special guest here, Miss Yvonne, who I'm so excited to be connected with online. She's going to tell you her story. I'm going to mute out, I'm Keisha Bass. I'm here to serve. I have a purpose on earth. God put me here to help people, get rid of their life-sucking 9-to-5 jobs. So just, that's why I'm here. That's why I was born. My husband thought I was crazy when I told him I was going to make a full-time income from home. I got laid off from a 6-figure job, an IT job, where I was sitting in a chair, wasting my life away, dropping my kids off at daycare, and crying all the way downtown to my nice, window office. So, that's just me, that's why I'm here. That's why, the Winning Women Network is here, because we're winning in life, in family, in business, all right? So, Yvonne.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm going to mute out. The floor is yours. You can do whatever you like, and then we can come back to some questions after you're done, all right?
Okay, well, thank you very much. Hello, good morning, ladies. It is a pleasure to be here. Can you see me, Keisha? Okay, perfect. So it's a pleasure to be here, you guys. I'm going to start with my story. I've been in the industry since the year 2000. I started my very first home-based business while I was working. I still worked in corporate America, and I'm going to try to get through my story as quickly as possible because it's kind of a long story. So in 2000, I actually started my first home-based business, and then in 2007, I'm going to fast forward a little bit, because for those first 7 years, I struggled, and I'm talking struggled dramatically, still working at my job, hating every minute of it, yet still having to go to it. I had a son in 1996, and so back in 2000, I was just trying to make ends meet. And so I started my own home-based business back in the year 2000, struggled for 7 good years, 7 full years. And actually I struggled for 5 years, because in 2005, after struggling with my twin sister in network marketing, she had this bright idea to start this eBay business. And so we decided to launch a store, and we did that. We launched our eBay store back in 2005 and did extremely well. We were platinum power sellers. We sold all sorts of items from sauna rooms, cookware, adjustable beds. We sold pretty much everything. But back in that day, drop shipping was a new term, but you had to actually contract with these buyers, with the different sellers, and they set your prices for you, and they provided all the details for your eBay store. In order to do drop shipping, you had to have a corporation and contract with all these different suppliers. So my twin sister, she's the one who did all that for us, did all of the contracting and finding the items, and I just made them look pretty. I put them on eBay, and I made them look really cute. And so for a good couple years, we did wonderfully well with that. We were both on the verge of quitting our jobs. And unfortunately, in that same year, she passed away in a semi-truck accident, and I lost her. And so with that said, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know half the stuff that she was doing. So I struggled for maybe a few more months trying to keep that eBay store going, and I quit. I just gave up. During that same year, I was going through a horrible divorce. I had went through a bankruptcy. I had went through a foreclosure. It was just probably the worst year of my life to lose her and then have all those other issues. So I quit my eBay store. I went back to what I had previously done. I was an auto loan collector. So I had to force people to make their car notes. And I was good at that. I was very helpful in helping people make their car notes and everything, but I hated every moment of it because you got cursed out on a daily basis every single day. And I had been given a portfolio after a while from being a top collector. I was given a portfolio of some of the meanest people on the planet trying to collect and make their car notes. So it was just horrible, horrendous. And so I decided at that moment that I just couldn't take it anymore. And so I was still looking for something to do online. And that's when I found an instant pay program. And so I just focused. That's when you get paid instantly from every sale that you make. And so I focused on that. And I just decided one day I'm just going to quit. I quit. So I went in and I quit my job. I had a little bit of success with the instant pay program, but I had had enough. And I was like, Yvonne, it's time. For all your life, all this time, you wanted to be your own boss. You wanted to be full time. And so I decided at that very moment that it was time for me to quit. I had had success with eBay, and there was nothing that you were going to tell me or anybody was going to tell me that's going to stop me from reaching my goal. And my goal was to be my own boss, to raise my son. At that moment, I was a divorced mom now, and I just had to raise my son on my own and do it without struggling and getting cursed out on a daily basis. So I quit. So I went and I quit my job. And so here's where we talk about how to go full time. You have to have that mindset that says, I am going to be 100% fully committed and dedicated to the fact that I'm going full time. And I'll tell you right now, being your own boss is not for everybody. Everybody can't do it. If you're someone, this is where the self-talk comes in, and you have to say to yourself, can I be my own boss? Because you no longer have someone telling you what to do every day. If you want to get up at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or whatever and just chill all day long, you can do that, but you also don't have any money coming in. So you have to think long and hard about whether or not full time is for you. So here's where the talk about just self-talk to yourself says, will you be fully committed and focused? Because unfortunately, you're not going to have anybody telling you what to do. No one's going to say you have to do 15 calls an hour and you better be here at 5 a.m. and get off. You know that you get off at 2 or whatever. That is all gone away when you decide to go full time. So it is a serious decision, and it can truly affect your life. It has positive aspects and negative aspects if you're the person who needs an employer. If you need someone telling you every day what to do, then you better keep that job. But if you're ready and you say to yourself, I can do this, I know I'm going to get up at a certain amount of time every single day and commit to this goal, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to be committed. And so what I say to be successful full time, that it takes focused daily action. And I'm talking focused daily action, because you can get bombarded with emails and phone calls, and you started out getting ready to do some money making activities, but then you got a bunch of emails and you got some phone calls, and man, there went your day. You didn't make any money today. So it really takes some focused daily action. The cool thing about the business that we have here, though, is that it's not traffic generation that you have to focus on anymore. That's a cool thing. There's no, you have to focus on Facebook and how to get Craigslist. Now it's just focused on listing those items on eBay. And so that's an awesome thing. So what I want to go back to is, if you want to go full time, what I teach people is not thinking about replacing your job right now. Let's think about replacing your cell phone bill. When you can get your cell phone bill replaced, then you start thinking about how to replace your car note. And then once you've replaced your car note, you go, let's replace my mortgage or my rent payment. And it's those little steps that you're taking every single day that's going to help you in your journey to actually quitting your job. And again, the cool thing about what we have here is it's proven. We have proof after proof after proof that people really are making money on the eBay side and the affiliate side. And so with me, I'm up to, again, on the eBay side, doing 10 grand a month. Keisha's on the affiliate side, doing her 10 grand a month. So it's proven. It's been proven that regardless of which side you choose, whether it be eBay or the affiliate side, you can make it happen. So now it's just you deciding within yourself what you can do, or what you plan on doing every single day. And so I was talking to a girl the other day, and we were talking about going full time. And I was telling her that I wish people would think more about treating a home-based business as if it's a traditional brick and mortar business. So for example, you start this pizza restaurant and you've put all these flyers out and you're ready to launch. You've got your grand opening, you're getting ready to launch, and it can go two ways. You can have a pizza restaurant full of people, patrons eating up all your pizza, or you can have like maybe two customers. What do you do with that information? Do you quit that next day? Do you say, I'm not going to open my pizza shop today because only 2 people showed up? Or do you go back in day number 2 and continue on with your pizza restaurant? Well, it's the same in the home business industry. You got to be open every day if you want to be full time. Now, I don't work on Sundays. I go to church and I spend that day with my family. But the rest of the days, basically I work Monday through Thursday minimum, a certain amount of hours, and you dedicate yourself to, again, replace your cell phone. What can you do right now to replace that $75 cell phone bill? What can you do every single day to replace that bill? And it doesn't matter what business you're in, the concept is the same. If you're in a business where you have to generate traffic and recruit, if that's the business that you've chosen for yourself, then you need to be recruiting and focused on recruiting activity every single day. Every day. Now, if you're in the business that we're doing, and we have the eBay side, then every single day you should be listing items. You can't. I talked to a girl the other day as well with, she had mentioned she had been in with our company and she had been in for a week and she didn't make any sales. And I said, well, how many listings do you have up? And she said 1. And I said, well, there's the problem right there. Your activity is way too low. So let's get some listings going, and because it works. It's not you on a personal level that's failing. It's your ability to list items, because on eBay, no one has a clue who you are. They have no idea who you are. They're on there to buy that item. So if you have more items, let's put it this way. The person who wins has more items on eBay. Okay? That's the person who wins. It's more items. And so it's the same in any business. The person who wins has more videos on YouTube. The person who wins has more postings on Facebook. The person who wins goes out and does stuff on Craigslist. I'm a voice broadcaster, so I love setting up my voice broadcast for them to go out throughout the week. So your question to yourself has to be, okay, I want to be full time. So what am I going to do? And I can even go back to the pizza restaurant analogy and say, okay, what if your pizza restaurant did do really well? Some people have the problem where they do really well and they did have that $4,000 day, and then they take a break. Don't take breaks. Keep at it. Keep going. Don't take a break. Yes, you had a $4,000 day. Yes, you had a $1,000 day. What are you going to do with that now? Move on. Keep working every single day. You got to know, I have to go to work every day for myself. Work as hard for yourself as you did for your boss. So again, small goals. Start with the cell phone, move up to the car note, then replace the mortgage, then replace your job. So once you and that's the thing here, you're actually being able to focus on those goals. Write them down and decide for yourself what you're going to be doing every single day to make those goals happen for yourself. And that's really it. The result in being able to go full time is focused action every day. Okay, and so I know Keisha had said that I was going to share my secrets of going full time. There's no secret here. Focused action every day. And I think that you can see from the women on this panel that they are successful because they're taking focused action and staying plugged in. That's another goal. The thing about here is Unit of Prosperity. We have an amazing community. And together, we come together and we stay plugged in. The people that you are seeing having the most success are the people who are in the group, asking questions and way to go, motivating other people. When you're out there and you're motivating other people, that's good for you. People want to be your friend on Facebook. It's how you build camaraderie and just come together as a community. So what Reginald Stinson has put together here with the Unit of Prosperity, and now with the Winning Women Network, we get to come together as women and help each other and just help each other stay focused. So you jump in the Women Network group and you stay focused, and you're in that group with us as women, but then you're also in the Unit of Prosperity as well. And so again, going full time is totally up to you. It's totally up to you if you want that to happen. So don't go just quit your job without knowing what it's gonna take. And so what it takes to go full time is you saying to yourself that, no, I'm not going to sleep in today. I'm going to get up and I'm going to make a few videos. or I'm going to get up and I'm going to list a few items. Maybe your limit for listing items on eBay is 50. I'm going to get up and I'm going to get at least 20 items listed today. And the cool thing is that with our training, it doesn't take that long to list an item. So don't overthink it. Just find an item and list it. And so that's what I have for you today. Just focused action. You know, that's what's going to get you the success that you're looking for. And again, if you say to yourself, again, do your self-talk, look yourself in the mirror. Do I have what it takes to go full time? Will I get up without a boss telling me what to do, without knowing that you're not going to have a paycheck in 2 weeks? I mean, that's what people rely on. You know, you want to stay with that job to make sure that you've got a paycheck in a couple weeks. And that, you know, that's important. Of course, we've all got bills. But at some point, you know that it can be done. You know that you see us going full time. Why not you? Why not you? Why can't you be the one who's making 10 grand a month? And you absolutely can. And so it's really up to you. It's what you think about yourself. It's what you say to yourself on a daily basis. And after all is said and done, is what you do on a daily basis. Okay? So Keisha, that is all I have. I hope that you guys enjoyed my story and what I have for you, and just keep just winning.
Man, Yvonne, that was so good. You guys, look at my board here. What's the first thing here? And what you said? Focus. Okay? Create a plan of action and be consistent. Hello, Yvonne, were you reading my notes? Like, were you
Well, you know what? People who are successful have the same notes. We know what it takes. We've been doing it. You know, the notes are the same. It's just you need to implement in your life your own notes.
Right. I mean, you know? It's just, there's no secret. Like you said, there's no secret, right? There's no secret to this. The thing I really like of what you said, Yvonne, when you first started out was that you made a decision, you know. So you made a decision. That's so important. You guys, and you all can chime in at this point. You want to unmute yourselves or whatever and chime in about, because that was that was really good. But I like that you said you made a decision. Everything starts with a decision. So let's talk about you know, decision making. You know, decision. Who else has something they want to add in that?
I'll chime in. You were right on point. Let me first say the whole way. Preach. I just made a video about that. You have to jump in. You know, you can't decide once you jump that you don't want to do it anymore, because you'll just fall flat on your face. So, I mean, I agree 110% that you have to, one, decide in your mind that you're going to do it. And then two, you need to be measuring your daily activities. So it's not enough just to be watching us every single day like, oh, that's a great idea, and be coming up with ideas that never come to fruition because you never actually did anything. Measure your actual activities. That's the word of the day for sure.
I think that was, you know, I like how you say, you know, people, they get online and it's like they've been in, you know, they start a business, and in 2 days, if they don't see any results, then it's like, oh my God, this doesn't work, you know. And it's like, well, you've only been in business for 2 days. You know, and I like that. Like, we need to really think about it. And that was really good for me to really look at my business like a brick and mortar, right? If I've invested all my time and my money into, you know, into opening up a business, and you mean in a week, if I don't see anything, I'm just gonna, oh well, I'm going back. And like Reginald always says, you're going back to what?
Right.
What are you going back to?
Right.
The job you hate, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. What are you gonna go back to? All right. So I really like that.
I wanted to chime in because one of the things that stood out to me, first I want to say that was excellent. I mean, I got so much. I sat here and jotted down so much from you, and loved hearing your story. But what really stood out to me was when you said work as hard as you did for yourself as you did for your job. And I think that's so key. That just really struck a chord with me, because a lot of times, you know, you see people all the time, and we've done it ourselves when we worked, you know, for someone else. I mean, we work like, and I hate to use this, but just for lack of a better term, we work like Hebrew slaves, for for an employer building their dream. And then when we start to get into business for ourselves, we want to get all laxed and say, oh, well, I'm just going to do this a little bit here, a little bit there. No, especially when you're first starting out, you have to give it your all. And I think what happens a lot of times is that when we get into business, we're looking at the people who have already put in that work, who have already worked hard and stayed up long hours and just did what they had to do, the grind basically, as they call it. And we look at them and we see the fruit of their labor, and we think, oh, I want that. And so when they aren't working, they don't have to work maybe as hard as they did in the beginning, and so we think that we're supposed to just jump right to where they are, and we can't. When you first start out, yeah, it's a home-based business. Yeah, you want to have a business while having a life and all that kind of stuff like that, but when you're first starting out, you got to work, and you got to work hard at it and put in those hours and do those daily activities, as Yvonne said. And then, when you start to generate the income that you desire, then you can maybe take it easy a little bit, or whatever, especially when it's consistent. But, like you said, you don't just have a good day and then, just say, okay, well, now I'm going to take it easy. No, you have to keep working hard at it. So I really enjoyed everything you had to say. That was awesome.
And that's a really good point. Thank you, Cherie. That's a really good point. A lot of times people think, let me join this top leader because they're going to help you along the way. A lot of times they don't, and so it's up to you. It's not your sponsor's responsibility. It's you and your daily action. It's you doing your self-talk. And so it doesn't matter what top leader you join if you're not going to do what they're doing to be successful. And again, what we have here is an amazing community and all the tools and everything we need for an individual, an average little guy, to be successful. And so again, daily action. And so you do make a good point on that.
Yeah, let me chime in if I can. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, the way that leaders become leaders is because they've done the work. Keisha and I were just having this conversation maybe at about 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Is because we've all done the work. We've stayed up to 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Reginald just sent me a message maybe about an hour ago saying he was just getting some sleep because he stayed up all night. So even though he's already where he needs to be, he still stays up. I don't think he sleeps, honestly. I think he's a vampire. He stays up 24/7. I mean, so we all put in the hours. We're all doing the things that we still need to do, even though we may have already arrived. So, and I think a lot of people come into the business now, and they want they want it to be passed on to them. They want to come in at the lowest entry point, and they want the instant reward. They want to be able to come in and start making $10,000 a month, pay $20 a month, and they want to spend 2 hours a day doing it. And it's impossible. It's impossible to get there. We still put in a lot of hours. We still put in, for some of us, we have very large organizations, and we spend a lot of time investing in that. So, and for me, and I know for a lot of us, I have income producing activities that I do every single day, and I don't end my day until they're done. The other day well, I didn't do it yesterday, so I've got to double up today, but videos, it's something that I've made myself accountable to doing. So if I don't do it, then I've now said I can't go to sleep until I do it. Well, last night I couldn't do it. It was going to be a hot mess if I did videos. But it's certain things that I have to do every single day, and now that I've said if I don't do it, I won't go to sleep until I do it. That sometimes means I won't go to bed until 2 o'clock. Everyone is not willing to do that. And because of that, everyone will not reach incomes of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, or $40,000. It takes special type of people in order to achieve those types of results. And so you have to ask yourself, am I willing to make the sacrifices in order to achieve that type of income? Am I willing to give up sleep? Am I willing to give up family time? Am I willing to give up, doing normal things that everyone else is doing? While everyone else is out having a good time on family vacation, vacations? Am I willing to give that up so that I can have those things anytime I want for the rest of my life so I can have financial security? Most people are not willing to give those things up. Most people are not willing to make financial sacrifices like a lot of us have done in order to have financial security for the rest of our lives. So I can tell you, I've spent 15 hours plus in my office to the point where I made a video the other day and I didn't put it out there, and I don't know that I am, where I said I found out I got arthritis in my hip from sitting on my butt so much in my office. And now that I said it on here, I probably will go ahead and put it out. But I have arthritis in my hip because I've sat on my butt so much building my business. Yeah, I think I'll put it out now since I said it. But it's crazy. But that's how bad it's gotten because I've just been hustling so hard. So, and you have to ask yourself, are you willing to really do that? Are you willing to go through that sacrifice, that pain, that stress, that inconvenience? And most people are not willing to do that. They're not willing to do all of that. So the majority of people, they want it easy. They want a microwave business. And it doesn't come like that. They see the end result of where Keisha is at now, or where Jen is at. And it's really been the result of 5 years or 10 years or 20 years of you doing the background work. And they only see this moment right here, not what's happened behind the scenes. So the truth of the matter is we're still grinding it out. They see us on Facebook or right here on this hangout, but they have no clue. When we get off, we're back to hustling.
Right. Yeah, I really like Yvonne, what you said about, asking yourself a question. Can I be my own boss? That's something that's really, it's really a key question to ask yourself because, like you said, there's no one to tell you when to show up. There's no one to give you a deadline. On any of the work that you have to do. So it's really all on you, and it's really an internal work, right? I mean, you got to have drive. I mean, to really work for yourself.
And Keisha,
So I really like it.
let me chime in on what Pam said too. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
But she said something that's key. Are you willing to give up family time? Are you willing to give up vacations and work hard? A lot of people are stuck doing that on a job. They can't go on vacation. They don't have any more paid time off. So they're missing time just on jobs. They have to work overtime. So they are already missing that anyways. So transition these stresses and problems that you already have on your job and know that it's going to be just as much work for yourself, but it's going to pay off. Let's put it that way. It's going to pay off so that you can take vacation for a whole month if you choose to. But right now, if you're stuck on a job where you can't get vacation time or you're missing out on so much stuff or you can't buy anything because you live in paycheck to paycheck, you might as well decide to put just as much effort in your own thing so that at some point you can say different, you can live differently and have the life that you want.
Right. Absolutely. Anybody else want to chime in?
Hey, Keisha. Great words from all the ladies on the panel so far. Thank you, Yvonne. One thing that I kind of took away was, a lot of people see, kind of like we've touched on this theme that, well, you work for yourself and you're not actually working. There's kind of this lottery ticket mentality about working from home, and instead of the lottery ticket, it's more of a, just day by day. You're just daily doing the income producing activities, and the more you focus on your why you're doing it, because you don't want a boss, because you want to stay home with your kids, because you want to be able to have an uncapped income, because you want to be able to determine what kind of raise you get this year based on your efforts, not on your time. I think when people come and transition from working at a job to working from home, you're going to get better results when you're able to unlink the time and money. Your time does not equal an hourly rate. And so if you can work smarter and really leverage your time, then you can earn a lot more money for a lot less time. And that is what we're really working on, always improving our returns on our time and our money. So the working from home thing is fantastic. There's so much opportunity in it, and you just have to be disciplined. You know, you have to keep that why in mind, because if you aren't keeping your why right in front of you, then you're going to run into obstacles. You're going to have temporary setbacks. You're going to maybe try something out, or attempt something, endeavor to do something. Like Keisha said, you may see, you know, do something, and then two or 3 days later, you aren't seeing the results that you wanted. But that should not keep you from moving forward in your business, because keeping your why in front of you, you're going to work through whatever temporary setbacks are right in front of you, and, you know, keep that goal in mind, and you can get through whatever comes up when your why is big enough. So just wanted to share those thoughts.
Yeah, good points, Jen. Thank you so much. Very good points. Yeah, I like that, Yvonne. You know, focus first on, you know, paying your cell phone bill, right? You know, just little small, you know,
Small goals.
then let's work on the car note and stuff. And that's really, that was really profound, because a lot of people get online and they want to go straight to six figures, right? It's like, I ain't made a dime online ever, but now I've signed up in this business, and I'm at the basic level in the business, and I want, a six-figure income. And it's like, well, that just doesn't, that does not add up, okay? And it just irks me when I see these programs, $1.75 to get in and earn $5,000. It's like, come on, people, that's basic math. If I only paid $1.75 and the next person paid $1, if we all paid $1.75, how in the world can that leverage me $5,000?
Right.
Ever. Like in my lifetime, now maybe my grandkids or my great-grandkids may be able to see that, $1.75 grow. But just even if you think about a bank, if you go to a bank and you deposit $1.75, how long would it take you to grow that money, to anything? But unfortunately, people get online and say, okay, make me a millionaire. Okay, I'm only, I'm not all the way into the program or anything. I just want to try. What do you guys think about that when people say, I'm just going to try this out?
You can't. It's a waste of time if all you're doing is trying. You got to do it. You make it happen. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. Like, go all in, do it. It's the people who say try, where are they a month from now?
Mm-hmm.
When I hear people say try, I know that their intent is to fail. I hate to hear people say that. They have no intentions of seeing it through. People who try come in at the basic level, they're not serious, and I don't want to invest my time with them because they're going to waste it.
Yeah, I figure. Sorry.
For me, I think it's that people don't want to be uncomfortable. No matter what happens, it's our nature to want to be comfortable. And so when it comes time to achieve success, you got to be ready to get uncomfortable if you really want to achieve what it is that you set in your mind you want to achieve. Because in my opinion, everybody says the same thing at first. If you line everybody up and you says, who wants to be successful? Everyone. Who wants to be rich? Everyone. But when it's time to get uncomfortable, only the few are willing to get uncomfortable, stay up late, just like you said, do the extra that it takes to get there. You can't go in trying. You got to go all in, and you got to be willing to do extra.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I was going to say that, for what I think of when people say that is that they don't believe in what it is that they're getting involved in. They don't really believe that it can and that it will work. And it amazes me, especially in the business that we're all involved in on this panel here, because, even when you look at our group or you look at all of us, we're always constantly posting screenshots and things on Facebook and posting social proof. And I'm just like, how can you not believe that this works when you see it working for so many people? And I don't know. I mean, it's just, you can't go into it with doubt. You have to be, if you're going to be successful in a business, you have to be a person who is willing to take calculated risks. And if you're not, then you're not going to last too long probably, because you're going to always have it in the back of your mind that it's going to possibly fail, that it's not going to work. And so you have to have a belief that it is going to work and that it does work. And when you see so many people having success in something, and if you're not having success, then you can't look at the business and say, oh, the business didn't work. No, it was you. It was something in you that didn't work. So
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's
You know,
real.
when I look at when I hear people say try, to me, I always call that the procrastination word. It really, really is not. You may or you may not do it. You're saying you're going to try, but really, are you going to do it? And that's one of the things that whenever I hear someone say try, I always come back to them and say, no, try to me is procrastination word. So what does it mean to you? And then I always get an answer. Well, I get a bunch of excuses basically. So I always, refer trying as a procrastination word. In most cases, if they're using that word, they're not going to do it, or they're going to come up with an excuse for why it didn't work.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, and
Oh, one.
with our business being such a low cost, people can wrap around their minds and say, okay, I know where I'm going to come up with $20 this month. But they don't believe it enough that they're going to actually make that $20 back, and it scares them that, man, I might have to pay $20 again next month. And I'm willing to give up on Starbucks and stuff this month, but I might really want my Starbucks coffee and stuff next month. And so if this doesn't work, I'm going to cancel by the day 30 and I'm out. And so you have to say to yourself, what else can you give up? Come on, we're talking $20. So, it is what it is.
Right.
And one other thing, if you're gardening, we're coming up on springtime here, and a lot of people are going to be planting seeds to grow plants that they'll be able to harvest from later on. If you're planting seeds and you decide, okay, I'm going to try and grow a garden, well, guess what? If you just put those seeds in the ground and then take off on vacation for a couple months, you're going to come back and it won't have worked. You will have nothing to harvest. I think that's a really good example of what a lot of people think, or the approach when you say you're going to try something. You're going to be planting seeds, and some of those seeds are going to take longer to grow than others. But another visual is you're building a pipeline here. So what you do today is going to pay off down the road. It isn't going to necessarily pay off right now today. It's going to pay off down the road. And having that perspective, having that, again, your why for your future, and believing that your future, a better future is worth it and you deserve that, that's going to keep you going and continue sowing those seeds, and you will reap a harvest as you keep going.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff. Great stuff, Jen. Thank you so much. That's so true. You put a seed in the ground. You don't even see, like, that even goes with your belief system too, right? You put a seed in the ground, do you every day wonder, well, I wonder if this seed is going to grow. I wonder if it's ever, oh my God, it's not growing. Oh my God, nothing's happening. I don't see anything. Oh my God, this is wrong. The seed was bad. You don't do that, right? You don't do that. You put the seed. I remember science class, right? When everybody grew up plant science, you had to do that project, and you put the seed in there, and you just, you watered it, right? You just knew that at some point you're going to see something. Now, when is it going to happen? You didn't know, right? You didn't, and I didn't ask the science teacher. Now, when is my plant going to bloom? Okay, I need to know exactly when am I going to see some greenery, right? We didn't do that. We just believed that it was the process work, right? We believe that the photosynthesis and everything that he taught us, or she taught us, that process worked. It worked. It has worked for years and years and years. Why would it break on my plant, right? But people get in business, and like I had someone email me, send me a message this morning, like, well, I'll do some other things after I see that this works. Well, I said, well, no. What you're saying to me is that you're going to invest more of yourself in once you see it works for you because it's already working. This ain't. I don't need you to convince me that you don't. It already works. It's working for thousands of people. So what do you think? So awesome.
And that's the thing, Keisha. If it works for someone else, the thing that I always say is, if it worked for them, not for me. So if it works for you, why would it not work for me? And that's what anyone should tell themselves. That's what you women, you ladies out there, you should tell yourself. If it works for me, why would it not work for you? I'm not doing anything. When people always email me and say, well, what are you doing special? Maybe I'm doing something different. I say, I'm not doing anything other than sharing my results. And maybe I do it a little harder than you. Maybe I've done it a little longer. But that's all. People want your secret sauce or your magic. We don't have any magic other than we're consistent and persistent. And that's all that we're doing. And people want you to rub off on them. And you can't really rub off that we do it harder and we're willing to put in more hours. And if anyone want to achieve the same level of success, all you have to do is ask yourself, are you willing to put in the same amount of time and have the same amount or level of dedication? That's all that probably all of us do. I can't speak for everyone, but most of these ladies I know, and that's all they're doing. They're putting in the time, they're putting in the hours, and they're willing to go the extra mile. But it's nothing secret or special that we're doing other than we're consistent. I know that behind the scenes, we're up late because we're emailing back and forth, or I see their messages and their posts, and it's usually at 12, 1, sometimes 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're grinding it out. So that's what a secret is. If you really want to know what the secret is, and you just have to ask yourself, are you willing to do the work? And that's really what it is. So it's nothing that we're doing that anyone else can't do and achieve the same type of results. You can make 10 grand a month on eBay or 10 grand a month in affiliate commissions. It's possible for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the cool thing about that is that what if you don't have results because you're brand new? So everybody else on this team is having results. So plug them in. Invite them to a Google Hangout. Invite them to the Winning Women Network and let them see the results of other people. And then maybe, again, they'll have that self-talk and say, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And I see all these ladies doing it, all the men doing it. Why not me? And so even if you're brand new and you don't have results, that's when you start leveraging the results of this team. We have the fastest growing team in the program for a reason, and that's because we all stay plugged in. So when you get involved, stay plugged in, plug your people in, and it doesn't matter what your results are because your results will come when you stay plugged in with this community.
Hey, Keisha, I'm going to jump out there and add to that.
Absolutely. Well, let me add one other.
Just 1 second, Pam. Rachel started talking.
I just want to add to that about plugging in and how also when you plug your new team members into our community, it helps raise their beliefs. So maybe maybe they're not quite sure right at that moment, but as they're seeing everyone else post their results, as they're seeing everyone else share what's happening for them, it's going to help raise their belief system. It's going to help encourage them. So a lot of times people come in and they don't really want to plug them into the team. They have some ego issues that are going on, but it's really, really important that you plug them in so that they can have more people to lean on and to actually raise that belief system. And then, as I'm thinking about, I'm looking at your board, Keisha, and there's, we talked about focus earlier, and just kind of piggyback on that, I just really, really want to encourage people, focus on one program. Jumping here and there, you're never going to get the results that you're looking for as long as you're always in your email box. You're signing up for this program. It's not going to happen. So just stick with one thing, just one thing, and work it really hard. And then you mentioned about being consistent, and I think Pam talked a lot about that. Consistency is key. And if you have a problem with being consistent, find one thing that you can be consistent with and begin to build on that. Kind of like what she talked about, wanting to take care of your cell phone bill. Do the same thing with, whatever income producing activity you need to take care of. Do that one thing first, get consistent with that, and you'll find that you'll be able to build on that. Back to you, Keisha.
Hey, Rachel, I'm going to ask you a question now before you ask you the entire panel. So we are fortunate to be on an amazing team, right? I mean, we're on the unit. I mean, and we're a unit, right? I mean, it's like I got cell phone numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like I text, I call, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a unit, okay? So the ladies you see on this panel, I mean, like it goes down, okay? It goes down. But you know what, ladies? There may be some people that are here that are watching that they don't have. They're in a company and they may not have that type of camaraderie, you know, and they're in their business. What would you give to them? What can they do to to kind of bring camaraderie maybe in their own team, or what could you give to them? What could we tell them?
For me, I would tell them to begin to network and build relationships with people that are in their business, that are in their opportunity, and for them to begin to mastermind and brainstorm on ways that they can build their community. Because I think a community is crucial for success in your business. Like you don't want to be in this by yourself. I spent years in it by myself, and it was I kind of like was going around in a circle, and it wasn't until I became a part of a community where I began to see success. So definitely begin to network and build relationships with other people and build your inner circle first.
You know, they can build, it depends. If, say, they're in a business where they do recruit and they may have a small downline, you become the leader and you start having your daily Q&A calls, or maybe just once a week you extend yourself and say, hey, I'm here for question and answer, and maybe I can't take all the phone calls individually, but send me your questions, and then I will answer them all on one phone call. How about that? How about we have this come together and make your own team. You be the top of your team, because maybe you can't be a part of some other group that you're not specifically in. Like myself, I paid twice to get here. I wanted to be on this team. And so, yeah, you build your own team within the people that you have brought on board, and just extend yourself to be the servant leader that you need to be for them, you know, if that's what you're choosing to do.
Sorry, I'm muted. So awesome, good stuff. Yeah, you become the leader that you would want to have is what I like to, really, it's like she said, I love that. Like start your own calls, Q&A calls or whatever, daily motivational calls, that's awesome. So that's some real good points. All right. Pam, you there?
I'm putting myself out. Crazy.
Huh? You're muted now.
No. Okay. Can you hear me? Follow your leaders. Definitely follow your leaders' steps. If you want to achieve the same type of success, follow exactly what they're doing. If you want to hit, like we all are striving to hit the same stride that Reginald has hit, so we're putting those hours in. So if you want to hit that $10,000 a month that your sponsor is making, then find out exactly what they're doing. I mean, ask them. I mean, Keisha and I were on a call yesterday, and Keisha actually said to me, she said, "What are you doing?" And so, I mean, she actually said to me, and funny thing is, Keisha was making more than me at one point. So we're going to be on the call actually after this. But so actually ask someone. It's totally okay to say, "Hey, what the heck are you doing?" And find out and follow their lead. And then do it. Actually take the action and do it. So follow their lead, and your sponsor and leaders are okay with giving you direction, but be willing to take that action. So whatever your leaders are doing, follow it. If they put in 10 hours a day, 15 hours a day, follow it, and then you get those results. That's what I would say. I learned more than anything is be coachable. Get rid of your ego more than anything. Don't think you know so much that you can't learn anything. If you're the smartest person in the world, you're going to fail. And then take action. I mean, take massive action every single day. Every day, I go to sleep exhausted. So that would be my advice.
Awesome. That's good stuff. So yeah, so just we're getting ready to wrap this up because I know you guys, some of you are on your lunch hour and some of us about to.
Can I add on to that?
Yes, please, Yvonne.
I just wanted to say, even if you're someone, I know the ladies are watching this and they're like, well, I don't have 15 hours a day. Well, do you have 30 minutes? If you have 30 minutes, if you have an hour, do that. Do what you have, and then maybe you don't reach 10 grand in 30 days or 90 days. Maybe it takes you 6 months to get there. But just know that your small steps is what's going to get you there. And the cool thing about what we have here is it's not, there's two sides. There's affiliate and there's eBay. So if you don't want to recruit and you're scared to death to get in front of a camera and you just want to be here silently, do like I did. Quietly sell some items on eBay and make a killing. I mean, that's the awesome thing about what we have here. You don't have to be Reginald. He's a unique person. You know, he's unique and he has the time and he has this, you know, we have that full-time time. But if you're a stay-at-home mom and maybe you only have an hour after dinner, okay, take that hour and use it. Use that whole 60 minutes doing that. I mean, tell your family, I'm about to do this for 60 minutes. Please don't disturb me. I've got to list some items on eBay. Or if you are doing the affiliate side, I need to post on Facebook. Well, please don't disturb me for this hour. So if you don't have 13 hours and if you can't go to bed exhausted, do what you can. And that's the goal here.
Woo, that's some fire right there. Do what you can. You know, do what you can. I really like that. Yvonne, so listen, you all. If you're here and you're, you know, maybe you're not in a business or you're looking for a way, you know, that, you know, something that you can do in an hour, all right? I want to invite you to click the link below this video, okay? And you can get more information about what we're doing. Like Yvonne said, I mean, I'm heavier on the affiliate side, right? But tomorrow I could just flip the switch and be like, okay, well, I'm about to get on eBay and, list items, 2 hours or whatever the time frame is. Yvonne, give us some of your stats, because Yvonne is on the eBay side, right?
Mm-hmm.
She does the eBay side. Give us some of your stats, like since you've been in the company, what have you been able to do in the company?
Well, you know, luckily for me, I had a seasoned eBay account, so I did not have any listing limits. And so my steps will be different than most people because most people didn't have an eBay account or a PayPal account. So they do have some limitations. So because I didn't have any, though, I just went buck wild with listing. You know, I have hundreds of listings up right now because of my not having any limits. So my steps will be different. Every single day I'm looking for more items to add. But I mean, at some point want to jump into the different trainings, the higher levels that we have, because I have bought all the products. But right now it's just a focus in the elite program, just focused on, you know, adding those items. So really it doesn't matter what your limits are. Max them out. If you can list 10 items, max them out. And that's really my only goal for you, or my only tip for you, is to max out your listings. And so once you create your eBay account, it's going to give you a 10-item listing. So you're going to follow all the trainings that Roger has laid out for you step by step and do them. And the cool thing is that they have that progress chart now, you know, so you can check your progress where you are. Just watch those bite-sized videos and just implement what you have. And so, yes, I'm loving the eBay side. I am getting ready, though, to do the affiliate side of things. But, yeah, right now the eBay side has been a blessing for me, and just list your items. That's my only tip for you right now, is to list. Max out your listing. So as quickly as you can in that 30 minutes or in that 2 hours that you may have a day, spend that time maxing out your listings. And the thing about it is, okay, so I see a lot of the times people say, well, I have watchers, but people aren't buying. Okay, tweak your dollar amount. Drop it down by a few cents so that it goes back to the top of the listing. Okay, and then you have other people who say, well, I have nobody watching my items. Okay, that's when you need to tweak your titles. People aren't watching your items because you haven't used the title builder and optimized your title so that people will actually come to your items. And so, I mean, this is all the stuff that you learn when you partner up with us and you join our team. And so, I mean, this is just basic steps to making sure that you do see the results on the eBay side of things.
Wow, that was good. That was a good tip, okay? Like, tweak your titles. I mean, tweak your titles. Goes back up. Okay, thanks so much. Well, Yvonne, thank you for coming today to share with us your story. I have definitely been blessed and definitely empowered myself. I'm sure the panel would certainly agree that we're so blessed to have you here, and we would love to have you back again. So we're definitely going to make sure that we get you back again. But guys, thank you so much. We're not going to prolong the hour.
Well, Keisha, I just want to say thank you for the invite. It was a true pleasure, and I don't take it lightly that you allowed me to be here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Like I said, we're going to definitely connect even more you know, in the coming years. We're in the unit, right? So,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're here and like I said, and you're looking for a way to make money from home, click the link below the video. Okay, you can get started, you know, and learn our simple system. You know, I don't like to say easy, but I will say it's very simple. Like Yvonne said, bite-sized videos to teach you, you know, how to, you know, make money on eBay and everything. So, guys, click the link below. We'll see you next week at the same time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Winning Women Network. Invite your friends, invite your girls, and we'll see you next week. All right, have a great day. All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.